So if there's one thing that I gotta say I absolutely love about doing YouTube is being able to report on when companies F around and find out. And now we have a prime example of a company effing around and finding out. Now, you guys know Bud Light was probably one of the biggest examples this year, and probably still is for this year, the biggest example of effing around and finding out that you could do with your client base. But apparently Victoria's Secret has effed around and found out so hard that they are completely doing a 180 and deprioritizing wokeness over sexiness after sales have massively dropped. Now, Victoria's Secret has been struggling for quite a while now. I believe they've been struggling for over a year now in terms of sales. Year over year, they are definitely not doing what they can be doing, and it's because of their recent desire to want to get woke and make everything about ideology. So let's get into this article, guys, from the New York Post. But of course, before we do, if you are new here, just consider hitting that subscribe button. I would greatly appreciate it, and like the video to push us out into the YouTube algorithm. It says lingerie chain Victoria's Secret is reportedly ditching its woke feminist makeover of recent years as it hasn't translated to business success. Since the brand decided to move away from its hypersexualized image, as businessoffashion.com described it in a recent article, Victoria's Secret has seen a significant revenue drop. As such, it has looked to revamp itself and bring back sexiness, the outlet noted in a piece that was also published by editorial partner CNN on Tuesday. Now, this particular next paragraph is everything that we always say about how Twitter's not a real place, right? So the problem with a lot of these people who run these companies is that they look at social media engagement as a means of increased sales. They look at social media engagement and hype online or favorable reviews online or good press online as increased sales. They will completely ignore everything else that is telling them, hey, this is a bad idea, just because some random weirdo on Twitter promoted it and reposted it and said this was stunning and brave. So check out this paragraph. It says Kathleen Chen reported that the brand's efforts to promote inclusivity, which included making LGBTQ pro women's soccer player and outspoken leftist Megan Rapinoe, as well as a transgender woman, brand spokesmodels, and getting rid of the famous angel supermodels, gained favorable reviews online critics, but never translated into sales. Yes, let's say that again. It gained favorable reviews from online critics, but it never ever translated into sales. Ladies and gentlemen, if any company out there can learn something from Victoria's Secret, it is this line right here. You are going to get all the random loud vocal minority weirdos on Twitter who are going to say, oh my God, this is so stunning and brave. Hell yes, put a man in a dress on Victoria's Secret, and yes, you're gonna get supported by us. We love you. You're amazing for doing that. And then when you do it, they're nowhere to be found. When you do these things, all the customers leave. And then on top of that, you alienated the customers who were actually supporting you, who actually looked up to your company as a means of like real true femininity. They looked at your company for that, and instead they got to see a man in a dress, and they're wondering why the hell they buying your product, and then those customers leave. So for some reason, these companies, they think that in order to gain new customers, they have to alienate the customers that they previously had. And that's why this never makes any sense to me, right? Like, whatever happened to you maintaining your customers that you have now, keeping them happy, and then doing different things that are going to try to bring new customers in without necessarily alienating your old ones, right? When you make these kind of political statements in your marketing, they are very, very divisive, okay? That's the whole point of politics. Politics is inherently divisive. So when you try to go down the political spectrum and you make that your marketing scheme, you are naturally going to divide your client base. You really should focus on stuff that is not so divisive, that is not so politically driven, or no politics at all. That's how you get new customers without alienating the customers that you currently have. It says, according to the numbers, the lingerie brand's projected revenue for 2023 is $6.2 billion, which is 5% lower than it was last year, and even lower than 2020, where the brand's revenue was $7.5 billion. Now, that may not seem like a lot because it's only one numerical point, but if you guys look at it, $1 billion, $1.3 billion is a lot of money. That is a lot of money for them to lose in revenue. They cannot afford to lose that much money. That's lost jobs. That's lost everything. Like, that is massive. So yes, was 7.5 billion to 6.2 billion for some people may not seem like a lot, but trust me, that is an insane amount of money, and they can't lose that. It says the drop in Victoria's Secret sales also followed the company's move to make its board of directors mostly female. Shocker. Shocker. It's always like, why do women I just can't. I'm not even gonna bother getting into it because I make so many videos talking about this nonsense, how women do it to themselves, politically, sociologically. They always do it to themselves, and you're gonna have women complain about it. But unfortunately, those women complaining about it are the minority. The majority of women do vote for this nonsense. The majority of women do advocate for this nonsense, and they're gonna continue to do it because they vote based on their feelings. That's how it is. Women are empathetic creatures. They base everything off of their feelings usually. Very much of it is not logical. And unfortunately, that does lead to decisions that are based off emotion. So they feel like they're doing the right thing, but they don't realize, like, oh shit, I'm advocating for my own erasure. But you know what? Some of them would be like, hey, that's fine as long as I feel good at night about it. You know, it just doesn't make any sense to me. But hey, I know women are going to yell at me in the comments, but oh, not all women. I get it. Of course it's not all women, but it's too many of you damn women. It says in 2021, Rapinoe called out what the brand had been before the revamp, claiming it had sent out a really harmful message. Yeah, sure. That was patriarchal, sexist, viewing not which is meant to be sexy, but what the clothes were trying to accomplish through a male lens and through what men desired. And it was very much marketed towards younger women, the US women's soccer star added at the time. Well, unfortunately for you guys, I don't think you guys realize that Megan Rapinoe is not a business savvy person, number one. And Megan Rapinoe is too stupid to realize that Victoria's Secret was created by men anyway. Like, it was literally founded by a married couple, if I'm not mistaken. I think Roy Raymond, something like that. Roy Raymond founded Victoria's Secret with his wife. And yes, it was primarily designed and created by men for women, making stuff that men wanted to see. But of course, Megan Rapinoe really doesn't know that. Megan Rapinoe probably thinks in her mind that Victoria's Secret was created by women for women, and that's not necessarily how it actually went. So then it says in the fashion outlet, Chen noted that the lingerie company's attempt to stop the financial drain body positive marketing was to bring back its runway show format and blend the sexiness the brand has become famous for with some of its more inclusive initiatives. She described the Victoria's Secret The Tour 23 as a display that fell somewhere in between the personification of male lust of the brand's aughts era hair day and inclusive utopia promoted by its many disruptors. Victoria's Secret and Pink brand president Greg Eunice summed up this new direction for the company, reportedly telling investors, "Sexiness can be inclusive." He explained that sexiness can celebrate the diverse experiences of our customers, and that's what we're focused on. Well, ladies and gentlemen, if you're going to keep having that mindset, then it is very clear that you are not going to learn from anything. You are not going to learn from anything. You guys will not learn from your mistakes. You guys will not learn from your past, and you're going to keep making the same damn mistakes, and ultimately it's going to keep costing you money. Chief Executive Martin Waters also reportedly admitted that the inclusivity initiatives were not profitable for the company, stating despite everyone's best endeavors, it has not been enough to carry the day. According to Business of Fashion, the company's new goal is to improve profitability and cross back over $7 billion in annual sales. To meet this objective, the brand plans to roll out activewear and swimwear, update its existing stores, and open up 400 new ones outside the United States. So it looks like they're going to be going against wokeness and going back to what they started with in the first place, but I highly doubt that that's going to stick around, ladies and gentlemen. I promise you that Victoria's Secret is going to get massively woke very soon, very quick, and yeah, they might do some anti-woke nonsense just to see if it works, just to see if it brings customers back, but realistically, it's not going to happen. I highly doubt it, and it's just going to go back to exactly what they were doing, and then they're going to look around and wonder, where did all the money go? So anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you did enjoy it, and if you did, consider leaving me a subscribe. I would greatly appreciate it. Don't forget to like the video, comment, let me know what you thought, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Hypnotic out.